So I'm going to go over to Pastor Jamal Bryant. I talked about him before. Now, all right, I'm going to get into the boycott, right? So the first boycott over DEI practices was deployed back in February, Black History Month, right? So we're now in late April. And here's the thing, I had talked about this before. Now, I may have been wrong because I did tell my wife when I were talking about this on a couple episodes back. I was like, yo, listen, everybody's saying we should boycott Target and boycott Walmart and Amazon, all these things. And I believe the first one was on February 28th, last day of Black History Month. And I was like, listen, it don't really make any sense because we already know the DEI mainly doesn't it's not even really a black issue. Although we make it a black issue, DEI for the most part is not a black issue. We know that for the most part it's typically white women who benefit from it. I ain't mad at it. It is what it is. But I don't think it's something to be focused on so much. But I thought once people boycotted, it was going to be never spoke about again because the next boycott was supposed to be the end of March. I didn't hear anything. It was crickets. So now it looks like there are there's some demands that Jamal Bryant made and some other people made in the community. This is mainly coming out of the black church, and there's supposed to be a boycott for Target for life. So Target stock price has been down year over year. They have been losing a lot of money. I believe they lost $12 million the month of February. When the boycott happened, they lost a lot of money for that day. But here's the thing: I'm gonna play a little bit of Jamal Bryant talking about the boycott, and then I'm gonna talk about it after that. So let me play this real quick.
10 weeks after New Birth Missionary Baptist Church launched a Target fast, Pastor Jamal Bryant says it's time to raise the stakes.
So I told them what I'm getting ready to tell you. We ain't going back in there.
On Easter Sunday, Bryant announced the fast would continue as a full boycott after Target slashed diversity programs and, according to Bryant, refused to fulfill most of his demands.
To look at the person beside you and tell them we ain't going in there. We ain't going.
Bryant says he met with Target executives and only one demand was met.
Target has agreed that by July the 31st, they will complete the pledge of $2 billion for black business.
The full list of demands also included restoring DEI efforts, depositing $250 million into black banks, and new partnerships with HBCUs.
I think that what we're asking for is reasonable. Of those four, and 1 out of 4 is not sufficient.
Bryant says the fast, combined with the pre-existing grassroots boycott, hurt Target's bottom line. The company's stock price down nearly $44 per share from the end of January when the retailer first announced it was ending DEI efforts.
All right, let me pause it there for a second. Now, well, listen, money does talk. I mean, down $44 is nasty work. It's, from the time of January. So let's go back to the demands. So it looks like obviously, people want they want the DEI effort restored. They want $250 million deposited in black banks, and then partnerships with HBCUs. Now, here's the thing: I don't think that that's a horrible thing. I think it is important. One of the things that I had an issue with initially with the boycott, when it was announced back then, it was not, again, Target was one of the main ones, and then it was supposed to be Amazon and other businesses. But I think initially the whole thing was to restore DEI efforts. Now, something to put in perspective, is that Target isn't the be all end all in my opinion, as far as what we want businesses to do in the black community. And you know I don't know if that's necessarily, again, I think we always want a bad guy, right? We always need to focus on some villain. Right now it's Target. We're going hard on Target, but Target employs black people. Target also has black businesses who have product in there. So the thing about the boycott, right? I believe that, again, it's mainly about DEI, right? So Costco, everybody is, I read the comments, and again, I talked about the sit-in or buy-in that Al Sharpton had with Costco some months ago, and Costco brought back their DEI program, and immediately everybody's like, "Oh, we're going to shop at Costco, but we're not going to shop at Target." I don't have a problem with the boycott. I do think that it's not going to make much of a difference. I'll be honest with you. I think that what is the real goal at the end of the day? What is the real goal? Bringing back DEI. DEI efforts for corporations was really just something people jumped on all during the George Floyd protests back in 2020. I think a lot of corporations jumped on that. I think mainly for show, but does it make real difference in the black community? Real investments in the black community. I don't know. I don't really know if that's really a thing. I don't know if Target is really it's something to focus on, and they're a target, no pun intended, to focus on. I get it. And I think we're all trying to make something happen. And a lot of this is just really about anger about the Trump administration, but it's neither here nor there. The question is, do you think that boycotting Target will make any substantive difference in HBCUs or the black community? Will it really make a difference? How much money is Target going to put into HBCU that's going to make a big difference, right? How much money is Target going to put? Target's going to put money in black banks. I mean, what does that mean, right? So, for me, I'm just like, we need specific things that we're going after outside of the bullet points. What do we want those things to do, right? So most corporations are in America are white owned, right? It is what it is. So if people don't spend money at Target, a lot of people, they're spending money at Amazon, although they're saying they're not spending money at Amazon. We'll see. I don't believe that, because Amazon is too damn convenient. So Target to me is just a bad guy that we want to focus on, right? So for instance, let me take a look at something. Symbolically, I get it. We need a bad guy, like I said, and people need to be able to focus on somebody to dislike, somebody to go hard at. And that's what this thing is about. It's about emotion, right? But let's see. So Google, like I said, ended their DEI program. The decision is part of a broader trend in the corporates worldwide. Companies are reconsidering their DEI in light of the changing legal and political landscapes. Google also discontinued its DEI training programs and removed DEI content from broader employee training. Yeah, so this is pretty recent, right? So are we boycotting YouTube, right? I hope you don't boycott YouTube, because you wouldn't be watching me and a lot of other people. So we're not boycotting YouTube, right? So Google is big as hell. Do we boycott YouTube? My point is, there's a lot of people who ended DEI, right? Listen, honestly, I wish that DEI was not considered a black issue in the black church, because I think that there's many other things that the black church could do.
Grassroots boycott hurt Target's bottom line. The company's stock price down nearly $44 per share from the end of January, when the retailer first announced it was ending DEI efforts. The boycott also gave rise to the Bullseye Black Market, a 3-day pop-up event directing dollars to black-owned brands. One of them, Lamique Beauty.
Before 2020, you're looking at less than 5% of black-owned beauty products on retailers' websites or on their physical shelves.
Kim Roxy, the owner, found her way on Target's website, but says sales for products listed on the website dropped amid the fast, but she's keeping her products listed.
I decided to keep my products on the website because they're there because of a black woman who has a company called Amp Beauty LA.
True Laundry, an Atlanta-based detergent company, also featured.
Everybody uses laundry detergent. If you have a good product, then we have people of all colors and all races buying from it.
If Target decides tomorrow, if they lose enough money to bring back DEI, Jamal Bryant may not be happy. But guess what? If they do bring back the DEI initiative, I think a lot of people will continue to shop there. But even if you shut Target down, even if Target was to shut down tomorrow, does it change anything in the black community? Is the black community become enriched? Is there more opportunity for black businesses? Is there more revenue flow or revenue circulation of money in the community? No, it really isn't. So